Mute folks can't say a word. They can hear everything. Okay? Blind folks, you need to close your eyes. So what you need to do is you need to get from one spot to the other, and I'm actually going to tell the mute person, not the deaf person. We'll start that way. We're going to tell the mute person. Okay?
Make it too hard for me.
Okay? Everyone has to finish the task. It's not first one wins. Everyone has to finish the task. Begin. Hmm?
Sit.
Lauren, is that correct? Do you remember what I said?
Somebody there.
Is that right? We'll stop here. So, what were the instructions I gave you, Trey?
Walk out the door and stand right outside the door.
Okay, and then I told you to come back in and sit. After you'd been out there for a while wondering what the heck was going on in here, right?
Oh, you want us to like, okay, it's right
I didn't
here.
tell you to do that before. I left you out there intentionally.
Yeah.
Because I needed you not to get in their way because they were doing something harder. Lauren, what were you doing? What were you told to do?
They have to walk all the way around the table and sit right back where they were.
Exactly where they were. Which was hard because what were you told to do, Jane?
I was told to sit at this table and look at the wall.
All of you.
Yes, in
Okay.
chairs.
Yeah.
We're right here.
Which then you've taken somebody else's chair in the fun and sit.
My bad.
No bad. That wasn't part of it. Come on, sit around the corner. Sit around the table again. Let's talk about this real quick. First of all, how hard was that for you to play your roles?
They just dragged me out the door.
Not very. She kind of just did hand signals and they all made sense.
Did you know that you noticed you couldn't get Rahima to figure out what to do at the end after you'd gotten her out of the chair?
She was really confused when I was trying to spin her around and face the wall.
Yeah, and then I noticed you go, I'm like, she's blind. But I didn't want to say it. You're going, turn around.
I think he forgot that he was able to talk,
Oh, yeah.
because he could have totally just told her, look this way, don't move, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, but I think that's the point, that there are some things that you have abilities to do, you forget you do. And how do you get yourself back in that? And one of the things is you could have gone, you can enable your peers to
Right.
do that. So, and when you're getting into a somewhat stressful situation, and not that this was overly stressful, it was kind of funny in many respects, you can help each other get there. Could you have done that if I had just told one of you? Could you all have done that, or would that have been something that required all three of you? If I had just announced to the whole group, your job is to go do this, go sit at that table facing the wall in the chairs, and also allow this group to walk around the table and sit at the exact same location they were, and let this group go inside and outside of the room, could you have all done it without each other helping you? You think you could have done it on your own?
Yes.
Sure, you could. You could hear. Yeah, that's the only thing you were losing. Could you have done that though?
Being deaf.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, would I have heard the instructions? Okay, then yeah.
No, you couldn't have heard the instructions. Therein lies the point.
No, take that.
So you couldn't have heard the instructions. You would have heard them, but you couldn't tell anybody what to do. Okay, Rahima, could you have ever figured out what to do?
No.
So it's not about you independently. The goal was I told all of you to do it. That was the task you were confronted by. Think about it. I mean, it worked for you, but you were just, come on, let's go. You know?
Well, I could have probably found my way to the door without being
Could've.
dragged, but it was easier.
Well, if I'd left some chairs in the way, though, you wouldn't have known that.
Move the tables around.
That's been known to happen too. If you notice, though, this was a challenge I offered the entire class. This wasn't just one team. You all had to all do it. There wasn't one wins. So the trick was for all of you to get it done. That requires you to help each other. That's the point. That's the big point. So one of the first things we did in this class, we talked about how to do collaboration. So think about what you did well, think about what could have done a little bit better, think about what was a little bit challenging about that, and then translate the big picture world that you're in. If you have something to jot down on for your notes, you don't need to give this to me, but if you would identify right now 5 qualities of a leader that you enjoyed working with and following. 5 qualities. You don't know where I'm going, do you?
No,
We didn't talk about this today. I apologize.
it's okay. I'm here for it.
I appreciate it.
It's the adaptability.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan does this to me a lot. Jordan does this to me a lot.
You sit and learn with them, huh?
So usually it's like, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, sure. And I'm like reading it. I was like, okay. Just trying to keep me on my toes.
I'm not going to collect these next. We're going to do an exercise between now and when I use it, so if it hits you in the next few minutes, but I'll let you just spend one more minute thinking about that, trying to get it done. And then we'll do the next exercise, and then we'll use your ideas. I know that all of you are not immediacy thinkers. You like to think sometimes. Now, teams 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not different. I'm trying to break you up from your best friend. Why don't the 2 of y'all be a team? That works. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna make you play, and if I do, I'm gonna make her play. That's the issue.
I mean, if you want us to play, we can play.
I want
but
them to
if-
play, absolutely.
Okay, Rahima, you and
That was
Lauren,
the end of the bus.
and then Abby and Mary Margaret.
Okay.
Okay? Sit beside one another. We have a task. I'm going to show you a word that you have to describe to the other person. All right? That's what's going to happen here. Show you a word that you have to describe to the other person. However, and I'm going to give you a minute to do that. If you don't get it, the other person doesn't figure out the word in that minute, that's life. You haven't won. But when you get it, woo, do that, okay? Just woo, so that we know where it's going. And make the noise too, okay? Because we want to upset the people around us occasionally. It's good to know that we're in active learning, all right? But before I do that, we're going to do the person to the left of the couple is who will be doing the describing to the person of the right of the couple. All right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, Mary Margaret, you can only use feelings to describe what I show you. Rahima, you can only use stories to describe. Is it Jane?
Yes.
You cannot use stories. You cannot use stories to describe what we're doing. I know, I'm just trying to decide the next one. Jen, you can't use feelings, and that'll be okay for you, I suspect. You kind of don't mind that. So I should have thought about that twice, giving you a harder one. And Trey, you can only use feelings. All right? So that's the challenge before you. This is your word.
That one?
Yep.
Are we like going when you get done with everyone and,
We're gonna do it all at once.
yep, okay.